So I definitely feel better about budgeting. It has changed my life so much for the better. I'm so much more on track. My credit is better than ever. The bank account looks good. There's always money in the bank account. You know, we have the buffers, and we are definitely saving more than ever. Hi everybody, thanks for clicking on this video and welcome to my savings, budgeting, and YouTube journey. On this channel, I experiment with different budgeting styles, savings goals, and I share the strategies I learn as I go. So if that sounds interesting at all to you, please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to follow my journey. Okay everybody, today is my favorite day. I am doing my pre-payday prep. So this is when I go into my employer's website and I can find out how much my upcoming paycheck will be. So I am paid every other Wednesday, which is bi-weekly. So this coming Wednesday, I will receive a paycheck, but I found out quite a while ago that I can go into my employer's website and find out how much my paycheck will be exactly the Saturday before payday. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've already gone and checked the website and I know how much exactly my paycheck will be. So let's go ahead and do a budget breakdown on where every dollar will go, because I am a zero-based budgeter, which means to me that every dollar in my paycheck will have a place for it to go. Every dollar has a job, so that I am not spending money willy-nilly. Everything is planned out to the T. All right, let's get started. Okay, so when I do my budget, I like to take out a few things. I don't think I've ever showed you guys this part of the process, but the first few things that I like to take out is, of course, my budget cheat sheet. This is my own homemade budget binder. I'm actually gonna take this out too, because I did do a cheat sheet for my quarterly goals. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you take a look at that. Our March monthly plan that we did at the beginning of the month, and we're gonna take out the fixed expense calendar that we made for March. Here's the calendar, but this sheet is a lot easier to just use. That's what we're gonna get started with. I do, of course, you need a calculator. Me more than others probably, and a pen. Sometimes I use different colors too, but I'll save that for the end. So let's start with this here. This is my budget cheat sheet. Like I said, if you haven't seen that video, please go ahead and take a look. So the first thing, and I do everything on a clean sheet of paper. I don't use a budget breakdown sheet until I know for sure where I want everything to go. Okay, hi everybody. So I did already film this, but I'm gonna do it again because I decided to do my YouTube cash stuffing first. So now I can see exactly how much I have in each of my savings envelopes, and I can kind of better aim where I want my paycheck income to be. So I am doing this over again. So the first thing that I want to go over with you is how much my income was. So drum roll please. So the paycheck income was $1,542. So when we estimated and we did our March budget, we expected the income to be $1,550. So very close. I have been doing overtime and taking an extra shift at another part of my job, so another department. So I did some last night. I'm doing it as often as I can. It's just a couple hours and they're not available often, but it does help a lot because normally my paychecks are a lot less. So I've been doing that for a couple months now. So $1,542 is what it was. Let's first mark this as our pre-payday prep. I do keep these all in my binder, my own self-made binder. You guys have seen countless times, but that's here. So I like to label it in case my papers get shuffled, which, you know, if you know me, you know that happens. So this is for our March B paycheck. And if you don't know what that means, go ahead and take a look at my cheat sheet video. It gives you the breakdown on how I decide what things are paid with which paychecks. So this paycheck is going to be good from the pay date 3/27 to the day before the next payday, and that's going to go through April 9th. So let's do the breakdown. The first thing that I take out is my cheat sheet. So I use this every pay period and when I do my monthly budget, just to kind of give me an idea of where I want things to go ideally, so on the average paycheck. So the first thing always comes out is me paying myself the $175 in the auto savings accounts. Okay, so I'll give you the breakdown of where that goes. So this comes out directly from my paycheck. I don't even see these. These go directly to these savings accounts. So 100 goes to emergency. 50 goes to my daughter's savings, and 25 goes to my car note account. Okay, so that's 1 to 75. Let's do the math. See what we have left. 1367. So I'm going to try not to be all over the place with this budget, but you guys know just how budgeting is. I like to give you the nitty gritty. And like I said, I already recorded this, but things have changed. So I have not done the total, you know, new revamp on camera. So might be a little bit of whiteout. I do have my erasable pens, but I don't feel like using them for today. So 1367 is what we're down to. So next thing that comes out is my fixed expenses here. So I decided that I am going to do the cashless envelopes again this next pay period. So for the full month of March, we're testing not using any cash. So I am a cash budgeter, which means I take out a certain amount of my income in cash every pay period so that I can use those for my everyday expenses. It kind of helps to help me spend better and pay more attention to every dollar that I'm spending, because each dollar has a place to go. Again, zero-based budgeting is separate from being a cash stuffer. You can be a zero-based budgeter and not a cash stuffer. So I'm just combining the two. I usually use both, but this time I'm just zero-based budgeting, and I'm not using cash for my day-to-day expenses. I'm leaving them in the bank account. So the fixed expenses, I'm going to do the breakdown a little bit differently than I usually would. So we already determined that the fixed expenses for this pay period would be $889. Okay, so, but I am taking out the $60 from utilities because we paid more with Paycheck A and utilities. So utilities doesn't have a payment due right now. So we're going to put, let's see, $829, but also grocery, I'm not putting in the fixed expense account. So we're going to just put $629 for our fixed expenses. So these are also known as bills. So I'm going to do this backwards, but it comes out the same. So it leaves us with $738. I'll give you the breakdown for the fixed. I'm going to need this for myself because this is a little bit different. So I use this to kind of help me remember what's going where. So I do have a few bank accounts, quite a few. I won't confuse you with them, though. I have my savings accounts, and then I have the two main accounts that I use. One is for everyday spending. That's what I used before I was a cash stuffer. And since I've been cash stuffing, I haven't really used it, but I am enacting that again. And then the second account I have is just for bills. So bills come out either automatically or I pay them manually, but that account is just for bills. So $629 is going into the bill account. That's going to come out in these ways. $442 is going to go to half of the mortgage. So that is every pay period. $20 every pay period also goes to allowance for my daughter. And the next thing that's going to come out is car insurance right here. Car insurance, $110. And I am going to need to change this pretty soon, but I'll of course go over that with you probably when I do my quarter two, you know, amounts and revamping. So Discover, we're not going to make any payment now. There is $33 balance on Discover, but I already made a payment this month, so I'm just going to leave that in there. Also, I opened up a new credit card. It's a store card, which I haven't done in a long time, but we spent quite a bit of money at Old Navy, and they offered me to open a credit card. And the bill went from $245 down to $122. So I am not mad at opening that at all. It will also increase my credit limit. So my credit score will go down for a second and then it'll go back up because, of course, I have more credit. So that looks good on your credit report. So nothing for Discover. That would have went in debt anyway. So this should go down to 0. I think that's everything. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. Internet is right there for $57. So I thought my internet was going to go up this month, but it's going to go up next month. I got an email saying that I have another month of the credit, so it will go up by $30. And one of you, thank you so much, pointed out that I should shop around for internet companies and bring it back to the one that I have and say, look, I found this price cheaper. Can you match it? So I am going to do that. That is going to be on my to-do list. Excuse my sloppy handwriting. That is not what I'm here for. $629. All right, that zeroes out. So good. That's the goal. So we have 738. The next thing that comes out is debt. So this is where I would put Discover, anything from like a Klarna app, student loans, anything unexpected that comes out in debt. So for debt, I do have a toll bill. So that toll bill is $18.32. So we're just going to round that to $20 for debt. Okay, and that's small. This just reminds me to pay that toll bill. Okay, so that brings us down to what, 718. Next thing that comes out is my Always Fund. So for me, the Always Fund, if you haven't seen my videos before, go check that out. This is just a binder that I put money into every time that I get paid. There are things that come up all the time usually, but it's going to be something a little bit different this pay period. So the Always Fund, I'm going to be contributing to a few of the savings challenges. I have savings challenges that I wanted to finish by the end of this quarter. And this quarter, this is the last paycheck of the quarter. So I kind of have to finish everything with this paycheck that I wasn't able to finish before. Okay, so this is how we're going to break down the Always Fund this pay period. So $35 is going to go into beauty, which is in the Always Fund. We're going to put $15 for pet, $10 for health. And then we're going to put $5 in our miscellaneous deposit, which is kind of like our cash buffer. And then we're going to put $15 to our home maintenance savings challenge, $15 to her clothing savings challenge, and $10 to birthday. So these three things will finish up these three savings challenges for the quarter. So yay, confetti. I don't want to forget to mention that. That's a big deal. Oh, I'm off by $5. All right, so we'll take out miscellaneous deposit. We don't need that. All right, that brings us down to 0. This will bring us down to 618 left. Next thing that comes out is our variable funds. So these are our variable funds here. The only thing that will change this pay period is we're taking out dining out. So if you have not watched the last video, I mentioned that I am doing my own version of like Ramadan. So I'm sacrificing eating out for the month. So I did eat out once this month, but that was pre-planned before the month started. And to go out with my coworkers, and I had a lot of fun. So I'm very, very happy that I went to do that, and I ended up not having to pay for that at all. So I don't even know if that counts, but that was the exception. But besides that, we have done very good. So we're gonna bring this down to $403. So for variable expenses, I also decided I am going to start putting a little notes here on things that are coming up. So before I start the budget, I didn't do it here, but before I start the budget, I want to start putting here things that are coming up. So like the toll bill would have come up. I would have put this over here in advance. She's going to have a sleepover in this pay period. So if we want to purchase any games or anything, I need to make sure I have some money set aside for that. And also the solar eclipse. So I had to make sure I had some funds, which I did already purchase, for the glasses. So if you have not purchased them, please do. April 8th, I believe, is when the solar eclipse is happening. So I'm very excited about that. We love stuff like that. So I did purchase a set of the glasses. So we're going to do that. I got mine from Amazon. They look so cheap, but apparently there's a scientific reason for them. So don't try to look at it if you don't have the glasses. They're pretty cheap. You can find them for under $10. I don't remember how much I paid for mine. I think I bought a larger pack so I could share with some people. But, yeah, so that's on there too. So there's some things that are going to come up within the pay period that might affect the budget. Those are all on this happy planner. I don't show my planning anymore. I might do it once a month, but that's where I got these from. So, you know, as the month goes on, things that come up. Also, I do know that my utility bill for April 14th is going to be $117. So, and that's okay. We'll pay that with the next paycheck. All right. So $215 is what we have planned for the variable expenses. So let's give you the breakdown of where that's going to go. Oh, no, more than that, because remember we said grocery is going in there. Whew, glad I caught that. So it is $415. We got $200 from groceries going to be in there. All right, so that brings us down to $203. All right, $415. All right, that looks crazy, but it always looks crazy, so that's fine. So $200 for grocery. We're gonna keep these all in the main account. We're not taking these out in cash this time. So I'll leave this with $215. $50 will go for personal. $40 for home. I kind of give you guys a breakdown of what each of these is for when I do the cash stuffing. But $40 is for home, $50 for gas is pretty explanatory. Oh, I'm not doing cash stuffing. So $50, the personal is for anything that I need for myself and my daughter needs for her personal self. That's not anything that we share. Like if she needs deodorant or I need makeup or whatever, that's what comes for personal. Home is toiletries that we need for the house that we share. Gas, again, is self-explanatory. $45 for entertainment. So that's usually if we're gonna go to the movies, we're gonna go bowling, or if like she's having a sleepover, so any funds that we need for that will come from there too for this pay period. And again, these are every pay period. Dining out, we're skipping because we're not doing that. And $30 is for miscellaneous. That's for anything that comes up that we need that doesn't fall into other categories. Like, for example, something I can think of that this will go to is something like parking. So that's where that would come from. So the $415 minus all right, that zeroes out. So that means we have $203 that can go to, so this was supposed to go, this $200 was supposed to go back to our savings because we took to $400 at the beginning of this month to pay an escrow shortage from the emergency fund. And I took that from the emergency fund because the way I calculated it at the beginning of the month just wasn't going to work out. So I just decided to pull that whole $400 from the emergency fund and to pay it back with the A and B paychecks for the month of March. So from A, we took $200, and from B, I'm not going to take this $200 and put it back into the emergency fund. And this is because every time that I get paid, $100 goes automatically to the emergency fund. So between the first paycheck and this one, the $200 is already repaid. I'm not worried about extra. Emergency fund, as far as I'm concerned, is good for now. So that's the major change from the monthly budget. So that brings us down to zero. We're going to use this for sinking funds and savings challenges. So anything that we didn't finish between these and our YouTube income, we'll finish with this $203. So let's see, 203 to sinking funds and savings challenges. All right, so I know off the top of my head that $70 needs to go back to the Christmas savings challenge. But what I usually use to figure out what needs what is this. So I know from here, I did make a little cheat sheet for my Q1 goals. Christmas, the goal was $500, and right now it has $360, and then we put an extra $70 with the YouTube income, so we have $70 left to finish that. So that'll be done. Okay, I know that we finished passports. We finished, let me see, home goal. Why does that take $265? I think home goal was only $240. Yeah, home goal was $240. I don't know why I have $265 there. Home goal is $240. Let me double check my other one goal. Oh, it was $265. So, well, we'll put $15 more in there. So home goal is not done. Let me take off that because I know I marked these. Okay, so my camera shut off, as it loves to do, without notifying me. So the $15 I decided we're going to take from home goal, and I took the sticker off of that home goal because clearly it's not done. But everything else is going to be done with this paycheck. So I checked off these. Home goals, the only one that is we had to add more to, and then these three will be done. So all of these will be done by the end of this paycheck if everything goes as planned. So let's subtract and see what's left. Oops. So we still have $118 left. So Family Fun is the one that I want to make sure has enough in there. So right now, Family Fun, where are you? Has 180 plus the 15 from the YouTube income is 195. So it has 195. Let's put, what about one? All right, let's put $30 in there. There we go. So 118, we had 30. Now we have $88. This is Family Fun. Okay, and the reason that the YouTube income is already in there is because that came, the YouTube income, the way that my paychecks fell, that came before my paycheck B. So, but we'll add it all up at the end. All right, what else do I want to put? So the next thing I want to put is a gift. Gift, I had to use some here, so it has $14. I want to put $6 in there just to make it back up to 20. Okay, and then I want to put $9 in mom shopping because I have 31. I just want to make it 40, so we're gonna put $9 in there. And then for her miscellaneous envelope, where is it? She's $2. I want to give her $8 just to make it 10, and that's just for any crap that we want but we don't need. So that, let's see, we took 6, 9, 8, $65 left. School has 75. Let's give school $5. I don't think it's gonna need that much more. Let's give junior year $5. Let's give gas and grocery. Can we give that 25? Leaves us with $30. We wanted to give miscellaneous deposit some money, so let's do it from here. Let's give it $10. That leaves us with 20. We're gonna do it at $20. Let's give gift 5 more. So let's give gift 11. And then we have $15 left. Let's put some in the long term. So water and subscriptions are fully funded, so we don't need to worry about those. Those are fully funded through the year. Pet emergency, that's good for now, I'd say. Let's put some in parking. Let's put 10 in parking. So that's a bill that I have that's not really urgent, but that's in there. And then let's put it in school. Let's give school $10 instead of 5. So, all right, that brings us down to 0. So we are zero-based budgeted. Every job, every dollar has a job, every dollar has a place for it to go and for it to be spent or saved. I'm gonna do my color coding real quick just to show you how I will incorporate this to my budget at the end of the month, because they all have different categories. Okay, so these are color coded either by the way I do my budget categories. So I do have this budget category breakdown of, you know, what I consider savings, home, food. So these are the expenses so that I can compare month to month how much I'm spending in each of these categories. So that's why I color coded the way that I do in general of what I consider different things to go. The one thing that I have issue with is the vending machine. Sometimes I put it under miscellaneous, sometimes I put it under dining, and sometimes I put it under personal. Just depends on what I have money left in, honestly. I mean, it's $2, so I don't care that much. I'm not too anal about where everything goes, but it's just a way to kind of track what I'm spending in each category. So you do want to be consistent. That's the only one I'm not really consistent on. I don't fill out one of these budget sheets until the day before payday because I want to find out if there's any money left from this pay period that I can roll over, and also if anything comes up, you know, we spend anything that we need from any of the sinking funds. So things can change between now and then. It's a few days away and I just know myself. You'll see that we spent quite a bit of money. We spent about $262 in sinking funds this pay period, between shopping, beauty, gift. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so we went shopping. We don't do that often at all, so that's okay with me. It's completely okay with me. We don't do that often. So I'll fill out one of these. I'll come back and show you guys the day before payday. Also, the day before payday, I am going to do a bi-weekly closeout. I did not do those at all in February. So this month, I am going to do a bi-weekly closeout, which means I'm going to compare what we budgeted for last pay period to what we actually spent. So let me show you real quick what I mean for those of you that are new. We're going to just sort this out and figure out how much we spent versus how much we plan to spend. So we'll see how that goes. I did do very good on expense tracking this pay period, which I will note that experiment helps out a lot with expense tracking. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. That might be a permanent change. I do like the cash stuffing. Maybe I'll just change around exactly what I'm taking out cash for. But for now, this next pay period, the only thing that I'm cash stuffing is my sinking funds and savings challenges. Everything else is just going to come right directly from the bank account. What other updates? Oh, some of you commented on it. I did ask a few weeks ago what you guys thought the meaning of life was. I know it's a super weird and random question. But one of my coworkers brought it up a few weeks ago. My thoughts were that I think that we are all here just to learn to work with each other. I think we're just here to kind of figure out where our strengths and our weaknesses are, and to realize that we're all part of one whole. We're all part of the same entity. We are all just here to help each other be our greatest, basically. That's what I think it is. I think the test is really just how you treat other people, you know, even when no one's looking. So I think that what matters the most is just trying to be a good person and caring and having empathy towards the people that are around you and helping them in any way that you can. And we are just supposed to support each other and just, you know, be the greatest we can be. Be all we can be. I want to start out by giving a huge thank you, hugs, and gratitude to a Wanda Dean. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. She gave me a huge donation of $100, you guys. $100. I think it was like $103 actually. So thank you so much. Gina also gave me $10 quite a while ago. I think Gina a while ago, but thank you again. Every dollar means so much to me, but I was in shock over $100. Oh my God! Wow! I appreciate it so much. So I did request to pull that money. I never pulled out any donations before, but this is the first time I requested to pull that money. It hasn't hit my bank account yet. So when it does, I will pull it out and cash stuff it and let you guys know where that's going to go. Definitely some of it is going to go towards the giveaway sinking fund that I have. So definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for every video you watch, every comment that you make, every time that you engage with me. A lot of the tips have been really great too. So I always want to thank you guys for that too. But thanks so much for watching and spending time with me today. Your valuable time. I know you got stuff to do. Oh, the other part of the experiment I did not tell you guys is that I am not watching YouTube videos this month. And first of all, both of these things that I'm doing this month, all three things. One is I'm not using cash envelopes in my wallet. Second is during the month of Ramadan, I am not eating out. And the third thing is I'm not watching YouTube this month. And probably the hardest out of all those is not watching YouTube. Oh my God, I did not realize how addicted I was. So especially the shorts. Sometimes like when I'm going in to upload a video, a short will pop up and I don't even realize I'm watching it. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta log out. So that's been the hardest thing for me, but I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm definitely going to be binge watching when I come back to it. Got to catch up on you guys' videos, especially in the budget community, because we all support each other and I appreciate you all. But thank you so much for watching again. I don't know how many times I said thank you, but thank you. I want you to all enjoy your day. I want you to remember it is about progression and not about perfection. Thanks for watching. Happy saving. Bye.